Alrighty. Hello, everyone, and welcome to You Asked For It. Seamless co-op Elden Ring from the start of the game with all 5 of us. Andrew is here. Say hi,
Hello.
Andrew. Ka is here.
I'm here.
Keith is here.
Yes.
And then we also have special guest star IllusoryWall. Souls
What the
YouTuber IllusoryWall.
How did
Hello.
he get here? He
I'm
was here the
gonna-
whole time?
I'm gonna try my best to not embarrass myself.
Oh, I see what the hierarchy is here.
This'll be great. So this is gonna
Hit the
be
and spot.
This is going to be a weird playthrough because I am going to move us through the game progression route, which basically takes you through as much as you can possibly see in the game at the levels and item progression that you would normally want to go through the game at. Obviously, this is an open world game, so if you're just playing it, you can go through in basically any order you want. But this gives us a very clear path through the game where we'll like always be kind of where we need to be in terms of weapon upgrades and things like that. So this should be a relatively organic experience. We're going to be following a lot of quest lines. We're going to be talking about the lore and the characters. And we're going to be using the Seamless Co-op mod, so you all should also be able to interact with the items that we find and the NPCs that we find. So this will be fun.
Hey.
We will see how well this goes. I am by no means a lore expert. This is an open book test. So I will be looking at my notes and the wikis, and we'll just be going on this fun field trip together. Feel free to play along at home.
Okay.
This will be fun. So yeah, I'm ready. Is everyone else ready?
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 Okay.
Yes.
So let's count down. So 3, 2, 1, finish. Yes. I forgot there was
Secondary prompts.
I forgot there was a secondary
the
prompt.
death of all countdowns, the secret, the bonus menu, the Clippy menu.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between. Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose. A war leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome dung-eater. and Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing.
Alrighty, that was the opening of Elden Ring.
I forgot how funny it is.
I love
Yeah.
it.
It's great.
He just escalates till he's just screaming it out, but he crescendos at
Whom
Dung Eater.
grace would again
Yeah.
bless.
So we are
Tarnished of no renown.
the Tarnished. The Tarnished are a
Oh, speak
group
for
of
yourself,
people.
buddy.
Cross the fog to the lands between.
So pretty typical,
Stand before the Elden Ring.
pretty typical FromSoft opening. Like you're gonna walk through some fog.
Comes the Elden
Straight from
Lord.
Demon Souls, and yep.
Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman.
So we start the game here. Basically, one of the cool, interesting things about this opening is that like it's kind of unclear exactly when it takes place. The narration, right? It seems to be being spoken by like a scholar of some kind, detailing the events that occurred, and we have a relatively linear chronology of the things that happened. Marika, at some point, went to break the Elden Ring for an undetermined reason, disappeared. No one found her. Her children fought over the pieces of the ring that she had destroyed, but out of this war rose no successor. And all of her children, all of the demigods, basically ravaged the land, and with no one left to claim the throne, the Tarnished were awakened. And we'll learn more about the Tarnished as the game goes on, but that is who we are playing as. We are people who were exiled to a different land and divested of the grace of the Erd Tree, and now we are here to come back and lay claim upon the land to kind of fulfill not necessarily a prophecy, but maybe a better way to put it would be like a plan. So that is who we are playing as currently. And we are here in the Chapel of Anticipation, which is a really weird FromSoft tutorial area. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open my world to wanderers, and you all are going to want to open your inventories and use the
You can hold
effigy.
Y, by the way.
Yeah, you can hold
It
Y
should
and
be-
hit left, and it's
yeah.
right there.
Oh, I didn't realize it was
It
there.
should be defaulted. It should be defaulted.
'Cause we have nothing else in that slot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So- that's true. So hold Y and then press left, and you'll be able to hopefully summon into my world.
Let's give it a go.
So Ka is here now.
It's time to do the Avengers in game.
This is I'm joining.
Let's join.
This is so cool. I've never messed with this mod before,
So
so I'm very stoked. I don't really play online and PC very much, just because I
Oh.
messed
Okay,
with the
we
game
got
so
two
much that I'm always
characters.
afraid of
Oh,
getting
Y's at
banned.
least.
I
Yeah.
really underdressed here. I'm so sorry. guys.
So here we are. So obviously, I think we all have to pick up this. I'm not sure how the mod interacts, but here we see a dead finger maiden. And it says, though the path will be broken and uncertain, claim your place as Elden Lord. This is ostensibly a finger maiden that would have guided us on our journey, but she is completely dead. So we are maidenless, which, despite sounding like just a really sick burn, is not. It is actually a very important state of being. We are tarnished.
I say too.
We are a tarnished without a guide to guide us back to grace, to the Erd Tree, which is like a religiously significant person who would be manifesting. Your man, Andrew, looks so tiny. He looks like he's like such a tiny little man.
Ka and I both did the same thing where we put a blindfold over our face and then have eye markings coming down.
There are three people
Three.
with blindfolds.
Don't worry. I plan on having help, getting helmets and stuff eventually.
I
My face will
understand
not be-
completely why
yeah.
you guys are blindfolding. I get it.
I don't want to see this shit
Yeah.
either.
So, because we're playing online,
Man.
enemies are going to scale up to the amount of people we have here. I have
Three
no
of
idea.
murders so
Yeah,
hard here.
I have no idea what this is going to mean for this fight in
You've
particular.
never stood less of a chance.
No, much more often the having extra help outweighs the challenge. However, there are certain like peaks and valleys to that. Where
Yeah.
it makes it harder. Like we're probably still gonna die to this thing, but let's see how this goes.
Yeah, this is going to be tough.
I mean,
I don't know, we can pull
characters
aggro,
in
though.
Toaster's match as endgame characters, and it was still terrifying. I just almost died to the yell.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't
I
even
did
die,
die
but-
to the yell.
Yo.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I'm in the
I
cutscene
didn't
right
die, but it forced this on us anyways.
So we were thrown off a cliff.
Oh.
We were thrown off a cliff.
I have to say that's one of the kind of for a game that like kind of ups the polish in a lot of ways. It's a very awkward start
Yes.
sequence.
Yeah,
You're just
fade
like
to black, play a sound.
sound effect. It's very strange.
What
It's
is
a
this,
reminder that
Indigo
these games,
Park?
despite being like a quote unquote AAA production, it's a reminder of where FromSoftware came from.
Yep.
Does this location line up physically? Does it make any sense that we got here?
It's down the shore a little bit. It'd be hard to explain. Like the where we just were is a little bit northwest of
Yep.
here.
The current
Yeah.
took us here.
Yeah.
Or the torrent, if you will.
I like how we're like, you know, paying attention to the story and trying to take
Don't
it seriously,
worry,
but
Torrent.
I'll hold that thought.
Fortune is on his side.
But like in the open narration, he said something
We
about like
found
mad
him
taint,
here.
and I was trying to not laugh.
Same.
One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring. Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
Violate the Elden Ring.
So that's actually kind of weird and interesting that she says that. Because as far as we know, like the process of becoming Elden Lord is like sort of just the way that the Elden Ring has always worked. So it immediately sets Marika's Golden Order, I guess Radagon's Golden Order, against the actual succession process. And it speaks to Marika's eternal reign and like the goals of the religion that they set up basically immediately. So here we are. We are in this little stranded graveyard. As you can see, we've kind of washed up here. There's not really too much. Not really too much we can do here, other than jump down here into the Cave of Knowledge. There should be a
Well,
ghost here, but he's not here.
We're currently loading, so maybe it's trying to figure something out to get us back into your game. Maybe we'll see what's happening.
Oh, weird! I saw all of you.
Yeah,
Run off.
We all got 1 second of screen, and then
And then
immediately
it went
cut
to
back
the
to the
load.
loading screen of probably switching to your world.
We
Or
might have to
something.
rejoin.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah,
send you all
this might have
back.
crashed the game.
I don't think I like this transition.
I sent you
Oh,
all
yeah,
back.
before.
We'll see what happens. I'm stuck in a loading screen. I don't know about y'all.
Same.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
I'm gonna go with an alt F4.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's all F4 time. Unfortunately, it's okay.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it real quick. I'll wait here.
At least the first joining worked like really well, so I'm not
Yes.
too worried about.
Cutscenes interact strangely. We learned this yesterday. Sometimes when it wants to transition into a cutscene, if the host is dead, the host doesn't get to watch the cutscene. So that's a problem.
And we all get it instead.
Let me know when you guys are relaunched. I guess I can just open my world. I'll open my world back up. There we go. And you guys can just join when you log in. But yeah, so this is the stranded graveyard. As Illusory mentioned, we're like down here on the side of this map. I have my map open on my screen for people to look at. We're down here. The place we were at is like closer to here. It's like this area.
Yeah,
So-
it's basically just to the west of the Stormvale castle.
Yep. So we were up in these islands somewhere along this way. We were thrown off the island. If we had beaten the grafted scion, we would have gotten to the next little island and then fallen off a cliff, basically. In typical Dark Souls, FromSoft cruel fashion, we would have had our victory for but a fleeting moment before immediately falling into the precipice. But that's an interesting thing to point out, is that the precipice of anticipation, the chapel that we were at, seemingly was a part of, or was Stormveil territory at some point in time. And so that's why there's a grafted scion there. And we'll learn more about the grafted themselves. They are sort of a faction of people, of remnants that have taken over Stormveil. But it's interesting, we immediately get the start on this location. It's guarded by a member of a specific faction, and it seems to be like there was a landmass between the two places at some point, or maybe a large bridge of some kind that has since fallen. So there really was no way out of that place. In fact, how we even got there is sort of weird.
Quick note on game design stuff, but in the network test version of the game, this area wasn't as well lit, with like the guy telling you to like jump down there. Mm-hmm. And so like, a lot of people missed the tutorial instructions, and FromSoftware was like, "Oh shit,
well,
yeah, we gotta
missed the tutorial in the finished game." Still.
Well, yeah, exactly. So yeah, they did what they could to try to get you to like jump down here. Are we gonna go in there and bully the?
We will. Yes.
Godrick? Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Andrew to show up. Is Andrew here?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm logged back in.
Cool.
Okay. Joining world.
What confused me about the intro is that the shattering is not referring to the Elden Ring breaking.
No. It is the war that
already
occurred.
broke, and then they took all their pieces, and then what happened afterwards triggered the shattering.
Yes. Yes. So the shattering is the name of the war, sort of like the War of the Roses. It's like the name of the conflict itself. So let's talk to this guy really quick. He just says, "Brave Tarnished, take the plunge of learning and remembrance. Recall the arts of war and your warrior's blood." Not like a super deep part of lore, but it speaks to the nature of the Tarnished. They are descended from, and technically part of, Godfrey, the Elden Lord's group of warriors that were banished from the lands between a very long time ago. So that's why it's talking about remembrance and remembering our roots as warriors.
Such unnecessary fall damage.
What happens when we all? Yeah, you can land on the cliff to avoid it.
So,
Exactly.
Explaining some more things about this mod really quick. There is a there's a thing added to the game to kind of balance it a little bit better. When you die, you will accumulate rot. Not scarlet rot, just like an item called rot, sort of like Sekiro, where you get a debuff until you sit at a bonfire. If any of us sit at a bonfire, it respawns the enemies.
Okay.
So the idea
That's
is you can keep persisting and keep respawning if you just die in the field, and just meet back up with us if you don't mind having the debuffs. If you want to get rid of the debuffs, we all have to sit at a bonfire, basically.
Okay. I dig it.
I feel so dirty
Die,
having to
die.
use a katana because I hate the katana weapon type.
I love the Uchi in Dark Souls 1. That's one of my favorites.
I think it became like the go-to weapon for the community to make fun of or something.
It's not that it's the go-to weapon for the community to make fun of. It's the most used weapon type other than ultra great swords. Like everyone uses them. So it's just like you see so many of them when you play online.
Well, the whole memes making fun of dexterity too weren't really sincere. It was kind of like there was a meme build in Dark Souls 1 called the Giant Dad, which kind of was making fun of like, oh, you puny like dexterity nerds, basically. Like,
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like a meathead perspective kind of joke, but it's not. A lot of people ask like, oh, what sucks about Dex? Because they hear the memes don't level Dex, and it's like, oh no, that's not a serious recommendation. Like it's not based on people actually like finding it bad.
Fun time to use a slur. Like
Yeah.
us gamers like to do.
Yes, that too.
Ow! Just shoving dead people into me. Thanks.
I like how you can see into the boss room here.
I was just going to say that. I love that you can get the little sneak peek of the boss room and it makes it seem very special. This boss...
This nerd.
Yeah, this boss is really hilariously sort of parodied in Jedi Survivor, where there's a boss named like Rick the door technician, and he's literally just a random enemy with a health bar. It's very funny, very good stuff. We stand this random
you think
soldier.
This guy's gonna be a big deal at all. We need them once to see how much health he lost. Like, oh.
Oh, he's got a lot more
Okay.
health now.
Yeah, he does.
He killed me.
Oh, Andrew's dead. Andrew died to Rick.
I died to Rick.
First person to die to Soldier of Godrick. Okay.
The scariest thing about Rick is they can't backstab him, despite being a humanoid.
He looks like a slightly larger enemy. Do you know about this? Was he sized up for this encounter, Illusory?
That's an interesting question. Now that you mention it, I think he probably was.
Yeah.
MMO boss design right there.
Yeah.
That's how you know he's a boss fight. He's a slightly taller man.
But yeah, he has some unique value set for his his posture or whatever, in that it refills really fast. So they kind of incentivize you to, but it's really low at the same time. It's like an inverse relationship. So it refills crazy fast. It's like the fastest thing that refills in the game for that. But it's also easier to break with heavy hits. So for him, they really incentivize like doing big hits to teach you about breaking posture. But like a lot of little hits, it's the hardest to do against him.
Speaking as a taller man, I am also a boss fight.
It's true.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah, Keith is a whole
Did
time
you-
on
did you
raid.
see?
All right. So we get our first choice of the playthrough. Do we want to go down here?
Nah, not yet. Fuck that for now. Hell, I say hell no. But...
I have a key.
I do have a key as well, but let's save our keys. We can
I'm
come
just
back at a
gonna-
more
I'm
logical
just
time.
gonna spend my key, so I don't have to
Like,
think about
wow,
it.
freaking out.
All right, we'll have that ready for later.
Yeah.
Keith, are you
It's a secret
able
tool that will help us later.
to boost your volume just a little bit? People are saying you're very quiet.
What am I set to on your Discord?
I can't alt tab.
Hmm.
So here, give me just one
What
moment.
does that mean?
On a
Wait.
mount.
Okay. So we're not going to go there yet. I am going to mark this on the map as a place to come back to so that we do that boss.
Uh-oh.
Ka can join us after.
Uh-oh.
Here, I jump back down to now. Yeah. so,
Solidarity.
hello.
Solidarity.
All right. Send it back down for him.
Oop. Whoa, I like froze for a moment.
I don't.
Is your shit all fucked up, Keith? Still, or
Ugh. Might be because I launched NVIDIA to even try to look for what Toast was talking about.
If you go into program settings, you should be able to find eldenring.exe and then turn global vsync on.
Oh god, NVIDIA's trying to update. No, stop.
What
Oh,
if
how's
Windows
wrong,
updated
NVIDIA?
right now? Wouldn't that be fun?
I'm just gonna close this. It's not worth it. I'll just be useless. It's fine.
All right.
we'll get it fixed for next time.
Yeah, we can always
Maybe, I don't know how to fix it.
we can always stop between recordings and I can show you what to do real
Oh
quick.
Jesus. Okay, yeah, no, it's unplayably bad right now. Holy shit. Yep, it's a repeat of like when I launched Overwatch the first time in months last time.
Do you have the
it's-
graphics settings turned up way too high for some reason?
No, it's doing the insane thing where whenever I describe it, no one knows what I mean. Where it's like it looks like it's playing all the frames out of order.
Okay.
Like
That
whenever I
doesn't
say that,
sound
no
good.
one seems to know what I mean.
I have
It happens-
no idea what you're
but
talking
I showed
about.
you guys. I showed a bunch of you guys a video of it happening in Lethal Company, so you've seen it before when it was happening.
Yeah.
I filmed it with my phone. It's just
Okay,
this insane shuddering where it's like it's not like it's performing worse. It's that it's literally like doing this insane stutter where it's like rapidly going forward and backwards in the frames. I don't know what it is.
So yeah,
I don't know what
go
to type
ahead
into
and,
the internet whenever I encounter this because no one sounds like it's never happened to anyone on the planet.
Okay, well, exit out of the game real quick. You can drop, and we'll loop back in 2 seconds. All right, tech supported. We are ready. Let's talk to Varré.
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Hmm? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the round table hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
So this guy is trying to recruit us into his multi-level marketing scheme, and it's very obvious straight off the back by his blood-soaked clothing that he was probably the dude that killed our Finger Maiden and or knew that our Finger Maiden died. This guy's a total rat, but he is very funny, so we are going to do his quest.
I was trying to not lose my shit over here because him breaking the news that like we're mailingless, but he's telling that to us as a group. Like he's breaking the bad news to all of us at once. It's just very funny.
I was gonna say I'm willing to hit him right now.
No, let's keep him alive. He's got stuff for us.
We all loom around him.
Golden light that gives life.
You live today, weirdo.
Tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays.
It's funny, in the network test too, he had alternate dialogue where he was even more of a dick. He said something like, he said like, why don't you go die off in a ditch, like die in a ditch somewhere?
Yeah.
And they took that line out of the game. I'm like, oh man, I wish they kept it. It was like, I feel like they probably took it out because like he was like so hostile in that dialogue that it probably convinced a lot of players to attack him on the spot, and they were maybe like decided to let up on it. It's just my guess. You know, I don't know that that's the reason, but
yeah. So if you talk to Varré again, he'll basically tell you about like, you are a tarnished. It is your job to follow the guidance of grace. Do you see it? It's the light that shines in different directions, and you can see here around the site of grace that there are, in fact, little beams of light that point us in the right direction. Of course, he takes this as an opportunity as well to shill his own goal, which is like, listen to me, Varré, your friend, Varré, join my cult. And so he's trying to motivate us to challenge Godrick over here in Stormvale Castle. So let's talk to him again real quick.
Grace's guidance will reveal the path forward, most certainly. To Castle Stormvale, over on the cliff, the home of the decrepit demigod, Godrick the Grafted.
So he tells us all about Stormvale and Godrick, the decrepit demigod.
It's time you set off.
And then he's like, get out of here.
Castle
If he's like, you get out of here, I'm done talking to you. I gave you all the information you needed to figure out what to do. So Varré is obviously he's wearing like a war doctor outfit. He is positioning himself as a friendly face, preying on all these newcomers that pop out of the stranded graveyard and kind of climb up from this area. But it's very clear that he's waiting for us because I don't really think that too many people probably wander here through this mausoleum. So he probably is aware of the things that have happened in the area and knows that sometimes Tarnished are going to pop out right here.
So we're going to fight the Sentinel immediately, right?
Yeah. Let's fucking do it. Let's go.
Bear
Quick
with
question,
us, audience. Multiplayer
can you all-
chat's going to be a nightmare.
can you all see the
multiplayer dialogue, I mean.
Can you all see the blue beam by the church, or is that are all of our maps local?
We can see it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna take it away, but that's our next destination, basically.
Yes.
We're gonna try to take this guy without leveling up.
You want to do it?
Sure. Why not? I don't trust myself to pull it off, but maybe we can take turns aggroing him.
It's okay. We just have none of our builds yet.
Well, I have my build. I'm good. We're all.
That must be nice.
We all started as relatively high level characters because we're using the pre-builts. So.
Come and die, fool.
Pretty sure we have a wretch.
Or that damage is pitiful. We are totally fucked.
We just gotta stack bleed. It's fine.
Just a bunch of ants bothering a guy on a picnic. Like,
It's always worth trying.
He could not be taking less. Ow.
oh.
Ow.
Oh, one hit. Oh, man.
Did not think he was looking at me. Rude.
Nope.
Oh, he got me. I'm
Ooh.
okay. I should have changed my flask. I don't need FP flasks.
Yeah, I can't even use them really. was my first time ever using the quick step.
Why did it take me here?
I can't believe we haven't even broken his posture yet.
We got this. It's only going to take a half an hour in one attempt.
Oh,
There we go.
Ow, my organs. This FP will save me.
Oh, come on.
So much fucking hell.
I feel like I'm playing Sekiro
right.
because I am using a mod that replaces the roll animation with the Sekiro dodge animation. It doesn't
nice.
it doesn't change the properties of it, but it just changes the animation. But it's weird how much it like changes my perception of how I'm moving around the battlefield.
Can you even parry this guy?
Yes.
Not that I'm good at
No, not this guy, I don't think. I could be wrong about that, but I think his weapon's too heavy. I think you can parry the Knight's Cavalry, though, depending on which one they are. I could be wrong about that.
It's so cursed that a horse can shoulder check you.
I mean,
Like,
why
what the
couldn't?
fuck? Because it's
come
a
on.
horse. I don't. It's up there with when wolves like punch you in games. You're like, what? What do you think a wolf is?
This is taking so long.
It is.
You got this. First try. Ow.
Oh!
We're good.
I cursed it by saying first try.
Let's go.
Wait, why is everyone else alive?
Because we lived.
Why?
Why
we
did you
died. I
think
saw
we
him die.
died?
Didn't Andrew die immediately?
No?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then I came back.
Yeah.
See? Wow, I'm the only one that remembers Andrew dying. Fake friends.
I think it was because he died, but technically we had pulled the boss far enough away that he was able to heal, or able to respawn. Because you basically will respawn at a bonfire if you're not in range to see the boss's health bar on the bottom of the screen.
Ah, interesting.
Yes.
Ooh.
Nope.
One good
that's
hit.
too early.
God, the katana, the uchi is so small.
Yeah.
I have a dagger.
It's a good dagger, though.
shoulder check.
It wasn't.
Fuck, man.
Oh,
Oh God.
I sure as hell didn't trigger a bleed. Actually, I have no idea how bleed damage is calculated or how it works.
it does a flat
That
percent.
killed me in one hit? Oh my god.
Ugh, it got us. It got us.
Shoulder check.
We did surprisingly well for this.
He's half dead.
I feel pretty good.
Imagine if we had like.
Oh yeah, I feel pretty good about the rest of the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
We all stayed alive for pretty long.
So this is like a pretty solid indicator of what this playthrough is going to be like, because even though you're playing even though we're playing in co-op, normally the co-op cap is 2 phantoms or 3 phantoms possibly, with an invader, I believe. I could be wrong about that.
Damn.
But because we're playing with the seamless co-op mod, we can scale up to 5 players, which means we're basically in New Game Plus 5 right now with regards to boss
it's gonna
health.
keep buffing. Yeah, exactly.
So it's pretty crazy, but so now I'm sitting at the bonfire. Are you guys respawning right now? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Respawn
loading
some
screen.
of us downstairs.
Yep. Oh no, wait, so you guys didn't rest down
Oh.
here? Oopsie.
I think we were far enough away from the grace that we have to like do a loading screen to respawn.
So I vote on ignoring him this time.
Yep. Yeah, let's ignore him this time. Let's walk past him. It was a good first try,
It's
and
educational.
it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that actually is like a cool way to segue into kind of the game design aspect here, which is that they put this big fuck off boss in front of you and they're like, you want to do it? And it's totally doable, but it's also totally valid to just like do it later. Like just not worry about it right now.
It's a whole lesson plan on the open world design of the game where like the site of grace is pointing you towards like, oh, this is the direction you're going, go to the castle. But it's like, or I could not.
Yeah.
Because it's open world. Just as I don't have to fight the tree sentinel, like I can go wherever I want.
And it's cool because there's like there's all of this grass cover right here, and as a tutorial taught us, if we hadn't jumped through all of it, you can hide in grass, so we can just like walk past him, and like he doesn't even notice us. Like we break our line of sight, and he's just gone. It's
I
not
always forget
an
this
issue.
game has stealth.
Yeah, it's got great stealth.
Aside from just the normal, don't go in the enemy's attack circle gameplay from MMOs.
Mm-hmm.
A part of game design that wasn't intentional was that they put a fucking loading boundary right in the middle of your place where you're likely to fight that tree sentinel. So it was real rough to make this game work at all when you were fighting him on launch week.
All right.
I just saw his health bar.
It's okay. If you run far enough away, he's not gonna follow you.
Yeah, he despawns.
My computer could mostly take it, but there was definitely people who were getting obliterated by this fight because it's like right in an area where it keeps changing what's loading, and it like tanks your performance in the middle of dodge rolls.
Alrighty.
So, I'm gonna mark like where we're vaguely headed, I believe.
Yes.
Assuming we're going there next. I know you're leading. Did I mark that correctly?
Yes, yeah. Roughly there. That is exactly where we want to go. We will. So just for those who are playing along, our lesson plan currently is talk to Kale, go to the gate. We need to meet with the character that will give us our mount. Then we will come back here, meet with another character, and then we kind of just explore Limgrave. We are not going to do Stormvale immediately. We're going to do all of Limgrave, including fighting a Geel. So get ready for that.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's talk to Kale really quick. Kale is a really cool NPC. One of my favorite things about the character makeup in this game is that all of the NPCs are built with the in-game character creator, barring a few special faces, I think, and they all have the race settings that are tied to the in-game lore. So I believe technically Kale's group of nomadic merchants share the dragon, the dragon kind race, which is interesting.
You're a tarnished. I can see it, and I can also
the dragon
see
Santas.
That you're not.
Yeah, I was gonna say he
after
looks like
my
Santa
throat.
Claus. Is he gonna give me something?
Then why not purchase a little something? I am
he'll sell you stuff.
He will.
I could buy knives.
So cool thing about Kale, if you look in his purchase list, way at the bottom,
What
he
if I
has
give you
these
a bunch of berries.
he has these notes, and you'll see that the notes have a little feather on them and a little bead. The feather on the notes matches the feather of the merchants that sell you the items, so you know which merchant gave you the item, so you can always go back to them to check that out. So that's cool. That's a cool little thing. I definitely need.
That's an insane detail.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. I recommend a torch for everyone if you don't want caves to suck.
Yes. I am going to cash in.
They sell the lantern down south, right? Like
It's
so
exactly,
vital, but it was it was a late game discovery for me because I didn't go there right away.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, light.
Oh, I need another smithing stone, so I can't increase my bow yet.
What is it? Still going to purchase something?
All right, purchase. I purchased the cookbook that I needed. I'm gonna purchase a bunch of arrows because I need a whole lot of them.
You can afford a lot already.
I can, yes, I can. Hiccup.
Oh right.
Ouch.
Right, my runes.
Yeah. That's why.
I just remembered.
Yeah.
Do I want these? I'm gonna do crafting. I'm gonna do a lot of crafting. So
I've played so much Dark Souls co-op that my brain isn't ready for the idea of the rule changes.
Goodbye.
Like, oh, I can lose runes.
All right, I'm gonna talk to Kale again really quickly because he's really neat. So he has a dialogue that says about Kale.
I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer.
I love his attitude because he's like, "Hey, I'm a merchant. You're a customer. You're meat. You'll give me runes. Guess I'll do business."
Goodbye for now.
I get that's noble. I'm glad he doesn't care about where we came from as long as we have money.
Yes. The cool thing about that is that it actually calls back to old Souls games characters. One of the things that a lot of people miss out on is that the recurring characters in the Dark Souls series aren't just there for fan gimmicks. They actually tell a story, the characters that end up coming back very frequently. And the fact that Andre of Astora and Patches are in Dark Souls 3 isn't just because people like those characters. It's because they're the only characters with jobs, and they're the only characters that had a steady income of souls to stop them from going mad over the millions of years that series takes place over. So this character immediately recognizing, like, hey, if you're here to give me runes while everyone else is going crazy, we're open for business, buddy.
Wait, are you saying it's always the same Patches?
Yes.
Within Dark Souls,
But I keep
yes. I
killing
would argue
him.
it's not. I would argue it's not. From Demon Souls.
Not
but,
from Demon Souls, yeah.
Right.
There can't be a second hyena. I kill him every time.
The time is weird in the lands of Lord Dran.
Quick. I was gonna say quick, goofy mechanical fun fact that we can't demonstrate right now because we're playing. But if you quit and reload, standing next to one of these columns, it will explode.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, and if you want to know why that happens, watch the Dark Souls Dissected on Object Health. Which I made the video about Dark Souls 1, but it's the exact same principles are at play.
They just blow up? What does that mean?
Okay, so
What?
they were made to be breakable if the Tree Sentinel follows you in here and he can break them. None of our attacks have enough object damage. Like objects have their own defense values basically.
Yeah.
And our attacks can't break them, but the animation of your character standing up, like loading in, does 100 object damage. And yeah, so they like if you spawned inside the pillar instead of like getting stuck or whatever, they basically were just like, oh yeah, let's make that player animation have a high object attack value. So certain breakable objects that you can't normally break on your own, you can explode if you quit and reload in the right spot.
So it's there in
That's
case
wild.
the Tree Sentinel breaks it, and then you log off in the space where it should be.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and you'll explode it again on your own.
That's so cool.
Having Illusory and Toaster in the same playthrough is going to be a lot.
It's
too powerful.
yeah.
It's gonna be. I'm so excited for this.
How the fuck?
This is amazing.
I'm gonna learn a lot.
I learned a lot about feathers and pillars real fast.
So someone in my chat, Lurker, is asking, does that work on illusory walls as well?
Yeah, it should. Yeah, because illusory walls just have low object defense values. So yeah, if you're able to stand close enough to one. The thing that makes it a bit tricky to pull off is sometimes like certain spots are a little bit weird where it won't let you stand close enough to an object when you save. Like you might reload standing a couple feet away from it. But yeah, if it lets you stand right next to it when it saves, then it'll totally smash it.
So before we go to the gate town, there is a spot I want to take us to. It's right up here on the hill. There's a cave over there, and we're going to do that cave. That'll be a fun little fight. It's very easy to do.
My
but
God, we're just like unhinged children running around.
we are
This poor person.
we're
just having a campfire.
We're a
Like, what the fuck
well-composed
happened?
JRPG party coming to inflict ourselves upon the world.
Which one of us is the traitor?
Definitely not Andrew. He looks very trustworthy.
Yeah.
He's got nothing to hide anywhere on his body.
I didn't say it, so it means it's true.
So let's walk over here to this cave. One thing I want to point out as well is there's all of these ruins just like around, just falling out of the sky, right? And it says, if you pick up the ruin fragments, it says, the shards of stone are believed to have once been a part of a temple in the sky. They glow from a faint light from within. And those shards are found all around these ruins, so we can instantly put together, these ruins come from a floating temple in the sky. That's as much as we know about that right now. But keep that in mind. It's kind of an interesting little thread to pull on as we continue through the game.
Don't forget to rest at the site of grace if you want to respawn here.
Yep.
We'll have to get
hammered
that in.
Changes.
Oh, the first person.
Why did I even buy
cool.
Why did I even buy a stupid torch? You all have fucking torches.
Yeah. That's our identity. We're the torch squad.
Wolves are gonna be scary in multiplayer. They're gonna do so much status to us.
Kill him fast
like,
then.
I remember the stark difference when every dog in a FromSoftware game was so uncanny and weird and unnatural, and then suddenly you got to like the Ashes of Ariandel DLC, and they had upsettingly realistic rules. All of a sudden. You felt very hunted all of a sudden in a way that was not how any other game was able to render them.
God, I hate this moveset. Ugh, it feels so wrong.
So what are all these
I
things
keep
I'm
almo-
stealing?
I keep almost
I don't
attacking
even-
Andrew because I think he's a hollow.
I don't even remember what the silver fireflies get used for in crafting. Like,
I don't remember anything about this game.
I don't. In
It's
my
vicious.
in my first person playthrough, I haven't used crafting at all whatsoever, so I don't remember what it does. I'm gonna be relying on crafting a lot in this playthrough. All right.
Oh, I should be getting those materials.
Yeah, that's useful. Let's go into the boss fight. So we are encountering a Beastman of Farum Azula. This doesn't make like any sense to any of us yet, but that's like interesting. Why is he here? What's that about? Really makes you think.
It's really deep if you think about it.
What does it mean?
Ow! Why me?
Hey, I bleed. Oh,
there we go.
I didn't
Oh,
mean to do that. It just happened at me. I don't think I even have a good weapon for doing that attack.
Have we not
Oh,
broken
not
this
a-
dude's posture yet?
No.
we-
No, we did because
Yeah, we already executed him once.
yeah.
Damn
But
it.
yeah,
Oh,
it is
okay.
breaking posture is going to be a lot harder in this co-op mode. So there we go.
Nice.
The struggle here is
Get
I
his
keep
ass
staring
in the
at his health bar
comments.
'cause I want to see when a bleed proc happens. But it means I'm not looking at his animations to see when I get hit.
This bullying is nerd.
My
I thought he was
God.
gonna die before he got to do anything.
We got
Anybody
him.
die?
No.
No, not yet.
No one
Hell
died.
yeah.
So we all should have gotten the Flame Drake talisman from that. This is a useful talisman because you can read the item description on this one and then never need to read another Drake talisman item description again because they're all the same. So the ancient dragons who ruled in the prehistoric era before the Erd Tree would protect their lord as a wall of living rock. And so it is that the shape of the dragon has become symbolic of all manner of protections. This is kind of interesting because this is also our first hint that the Erd Tree has not actually been eternal. There was a period beforehand, before the Erd Tree as we know it today, where dragons were actually the rulers, which if you've played any of Miyazaki's
the
other
dinosaurs?
games, sort of. We'll get there. Yeah. If you've played any of Miyazaki's other games, you will know that he loves to make dragons part of the prehistoric era of all of his settings,
Like dinosaurs.
like dinosaurs. Miyazaki
Hey, I
thinks
said that.
a T-Rex was king once.
I mean, Rex means king, so yes.
So someone in my chat says, is this cave like a dungeon? So this game has multiple different types of, I guess, explorable areas. You can go there anytime you want. You can do anything out of order in this game, obviously. But there are multiple classes of encounters in this game. There's caves. I think they're literally called just caves. Then there's crypts, I think, or catacombs, I think is what they're referred to. And then there's legacy dungeons, which are different.
Oh my God, someone just flew in from the sky.
Alrighty. I believe there's
Elden
an
Ring
incantation
wrestling.
beetle over here.
Ooh.
Oh.
Could be wrong about that. Or an art
Do
of
you
war.
remember there being a beetle?
There's a beetle somewhere around here. It might just be a health beetle.
Yeah,
I think it's a health
I
beetle.
mean,
Okay, you can hear them twinkling. And we picked up
Yeah.
some
Oh, there he is.
poop. We picked
Oh,
up
yeah.
some
Always got a lot
poop.
of health. Always got a lot of health.
oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh, it's gonna be
Get
annoying.
his ass.
they do get a lot of health.
The teleporting ones are going to be off.
Yes, they are going to be super annoying. All right, let's go meet up with Illusory down here.
Oh.
And I will read the item description of the thing we just picked up. Where is it? Do it after. Illusory using guard counters makes me happy.
My tutorial said it was a teardrop.
Oh, yeah,
beetle,
yeah, yeah.
So I think it just didn't it just restore our flask.
The teardrop beetle did.
Yeah.
Yes. I bought something and then I also picked something else up. So I wanted to make sure that I was reading it. Poop. Gold-tinged excrement is a highly stable substance. It doesn't dry out, nor does it lose its customary warmth or scent. For better or for worse, it remains as it is. That sounds really stupid. Why would I read the description of poop? It talks about grace. Grace keeps things in stasis. It stays as it is forever. So part of the gold of the Erd tree is that it just is abundant forever. So
that's not good.
it's not good. You're right. It's bad, actually.
That means poop never stops smelling.
Yeah.
That's awful. I wouldn't like this world.
So,
Wait, but is new poop made?
Yes.
Oh,
my
no.
God, you're gonna have a poop
Oh.
apocalypse eventually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is. This can't go on.
In the Elden Ring universe, you don't worry about the heat death of the world. You worry about the poop death of the world.
No.
Which is a very
the
big
poop
change.
Takes over.
It's a very big change from the old Souls games, where the heat death of the universe is an explicit concern in the narrative.
Well, yeah. At least heat takes care of poo.
The Souls games are basically about the heat death of the universe.
Yes.
Don't do it.
They're about,
Don't do the horn.
The existential threat
yeah,
that
we've
that
got
reality will end.
This is gonna be bad.
So
He
someone
got duded.
No.
is asking what it means when I say you can play this game out of order, and I mean this game is an open world game. You can go anywhere on the map you want, basically, with very few exceptions.
Oh, this guy hurt.
There are
Yep,
ways
he's-
to
he's
get
way
to the
bigger
top
than
of the
everyone
map
else.
right now and just go wherever we want. We can
Ah,
fight
dog, no.
bosses however we
dog.
see them. Thank you for the heals.
Oh boy.
It's so weird playing this game in third person after spending so much time in first person that like I feel like I'm playing a completely different video game. It's very weird.
I don't like that they
Good
all
work
have
with the
shields
heals
and I have a dagger. No.
Nice backstab.
I don't like this showed up.
Nice.
So
Okay, here comes the bad guy.
there we go. This guy can
That
drop a
shield guy
partisan,
next.
which would be great for either me or
Watch out.
Ka, I think, might
We
have
both
the stats.
backstabbed him? Wait.
That can happen sometimes, even without the co-op mod.
Yeah, that's a wild interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, did it.
Yeah,
Synchronized.
Nice.
Oh, he has so much health.
Oh. He does so much damage.
Yeah.
Thanks for the heals.
Nice.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, he's looking at me.
Nope. Ah.
Aha.
Nice.
This is a fair fight.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we got a whole bunch of stuff here. There's a flail, I believe. Or is it a flail
think
or
we-
mace over here?
I think we
It's
all have to
extremely-
pick up the map piece on our own. It looks like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Getting a map unlocked this early in my playthrough is extremely funny because I think I went 20 hours without finding a map in my first playthrough.
Oh no.
Wow.
Brutal.
Holy shit. That's.
Yeah,
I
the
saw a
mace will be
giant-
in this
I saw
this
a
carriage.
giant encampment of
a
enemies
flail.
here, and it was
Yeah.
just like, I'll go around that.
Here we
Flail
go.
will be in this back of this carriage. Yeah.
So these big war carts are being carted from another area. They are being brought to the front. So this was a war front at some point, which we can very easily learn if we go over here. So there's a big sword sticking out of the ground and a dismounter enemy over there. Those guys are annoying but kind of harmless. So we're gonna walk over
There
here.
is an important item in a downstairs over here too. You don't want to
Yes,
miss.
we will
as
go
well, but-
grab that in just a moment. I'm going to read this monument out loud just so that everyone can hear. But so this monument right here, if you read it, it says, Godrick the Golden, humiliated, having tasted defeat by the blade of Mikola, now on his knees, begging for mercy. So that drops a lot of names, but it's kind of interesting. We have Godrick the Golden, obviously a reference to Godrick the Grafted, who we heard about in the opening cutscene. And then the introduction of another character who is currently unnamed, but it says, having tasted defeat by the blade of Mikola, one might think that means that Mikola beat Godrick, Mikola the Empyrean, and in a way, technically he did. but it turns out that the Blade of Miquella was one of his champions, who we'll learn more about soon. Someone sat at the bonfire.
Okay. Whew.
Oh.
We get to meet my favorite character in all of FromSoft history.
Oh,
You
it's
get
the
to watch
scene I never
me meet your
It's the
favorite
scene I
character.
never triggered. Oh, never mind.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina.
She's so cool.
I offer you an accord.
She's so cool. She's so cool. She's the coolest character.
And she's somewhere.
Oh
She's-
no, they're back.
Yeah, because you sat at the bonfire.
Oh,
Don't
hilarious.
blow the horn.
Let's hope they don't
It's a
see me.
bonfire.
I'm like on top of a
No, I
wall.
mixed it up. I was thinking of the other scene that happens at the first church, but it's completely missable. So I never met.
We'll do that in just a moment. We'll do that scene. But very quickly, let's talk to Melina, because she's cool, and you now can unlock talking to her at the bonfire. Did I get the thing? Did we get this? We did not yet. Okay, cool. Bonfire time if you want your horsey.
Okay, coming.
Also note that it looks like random item drops are individual. 'Cause
Yes.
I noticed I got one of the armor drops and you didn't.
Interesting.
Okay. Let's see. So I have to talk to her, right?
Yep, we're all gonna have to talk to her, so I'm gonna start talking to her right now.
Oh, you're up at this, Chris. We probably should do like a trigger word for talking.
Yeah, I figure we'll just say we're gonna talk to her.
Yeah, but it's been a struggle before.
Have you heard of the Finger Maidens? They serve the two fingers, offering guidance and aid to the tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree.
So, once we get to this choice, let me know when everyone's there.
I'm there now.
Okay. So, basically, we talked to Melina really quickly, and she says, hey, you know, you are maidenless. I can act like a maiden for you. I have the ability to do what maidens do. She doesn't say that she's a maiden. She says she can play a maiden, which is interesting. And then she says, all you got to do is ferry me to the Erd Tree. So this is where the game sets up its major plot arc and kind of sets up what you're here to actually do, which is bring Melina to the Erd Tree. This woman who found our body, who directly, seemingly is like, has been watching us up until this point. Let's keep talking to her.
Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. Ah, another matter. I bequeath to you this ring.
And she gives us a spectral steed whistle, which is really cool.
Use it to traverse great distances. It will summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect.
So it's interesting because she says very directly that Torrent has chosen us. She wasn't the one who chose us. Torrent was, which is also weird because Torrent is a horse. But hey, weirder things have happened in Souls games.